Hi everyone, I'm Kamal and welcome back to the brand new series of AI product engineering. And in continuation to the Python playlist, which is essential Python for AI product development, this is the video number 10 based on the module 1 introduction and setup. And the topic is going to be input input function, which is practically speaking very important topic because in any real world project you're going to take the input from the your end users. So in that case you will be going to depend on the or you are going to use the input method. So let's deep dive and understand its usability, its significance, and how can we use in the real-time projects. Okay, so without further delay, let's get started. Okay, in terms of the agenda of this video, if we'll talk about we are going to understand about the input method basics. We are going to understand about the string type because whatever the input variable we are going to pass inside this input method, it consider it as a string only. So that is some kind of trap we are talking about here. How to handle in the real-time projects, I will help you understand through the uh, those real-time example. Then casting with int and float. So there we are going to discuss if something is of int type we are expecting accordingly, because we are going to do the calculation under the Python script. So it's better after receiving the input from the input method, let's get converted into the appropriate data type, whether it is a boolean type, int type, float type. So that's what we're talking about here and going to understand. And then at the end we are going to create a mini program as well using this input method. Okay, so let's go to the next slide. So here, in order to understand that input method, input basic, so I mean, in order to use it, how can we use that? We can use the input method and we can pass the this kind of string, which will prompt you to enter some name, right? That's what we are asking user to provide as an input. And then we can receive this uh, value of the name variable from the user end, and by default this will be of string type and we are printing here. This is what we are doing as a output. You can also see your name. If I'm going to pass uh, I mean the input parameter as a Raj, which is the string object, it is going to print like that, hello Raj. Okay, then going to the next slide. Here we are discussing about the input method always return a string. So that's what I'm talking about. Suppose here we are going to accept the input from the user end and it is providing the value as a 25, okay, for this age. So internally Python will convert it into the string type. Let's check the output is of string type because it is uh, it is covered with the single quotes. So that's the indication that this output is of string type, and this is how this input method internally converts the input it takes from the terminal or prompts from the user end, right? And because this is of string type, we are going to perform any algebraic operation on top of that, it will going to throw the type error. That is one of the catch that we have to understand. This is the trap, and in order to handle it appropriately, we need to do the typecasting as well. And even we need to understand how can we do the exception handling as well, because it is very much possible that we do the mistake and we just skip the typecasting step and we fall into the trap of the exception of this type error. Then if that is the case, we want not to break our code in the production, so we will be using that exception handling as well. So that we are going to learn separately. But I'm just giving you the glimpse that this is where uh, the origin of exception handling happens. Okay, let's jump to the next slide. So I'm going to talk about what is the fixes. So fixes is the typecasting. So internally it will accept as a internally this command. will accept the input as a string. So suppose I'm giving value as a 30 from the uh, user end, right? From the prompt, it will, and it will internally gets converted into the string. Then I'm doing the typecasting, and then this string will get converted into the 30 as an integer. That's what it's doing. And then when we are going to perform the any algebraic or mathematical operation on that, because this already get typecasted into the integer, it will not throw any type related error. Then again the same thing I'm doing here for the height. I'm just taking this string value in terms of the height, suppose 2 as an input I'm taking, then converting this to the float so that it can be converted into the centimeter by applying this formula, because this is pretty much important before applying any mathematical calculation. It gets converted into the, this string value gets converted into the appropriate value, which is float here in that case. Okay, so let's jump to the mini program. As a part of this mini program, what I'm doing is I'm taking the input from the user, from the prompt, for the name, city, age, and I'm doing the required typecasting. For the name, it is not required. By default, it's returning the string that is expected for the name, that is expected for the city as well. But for the age, I'm expecting this to be an integer. So the typecasting I'm doing, then I'm printing like name, from, city, return, blah blah things, and then the output will look like as Raj from Delhi turns 36 next year. So from the input, user input, for the name, I'm taking this string object, and then I'm taking input for city as a Delhi, age as a 35, and internally I'm doing the typecasting, all the required things, and printing it here. Okay, because this is pretty much required for doing that calculation. Let's understand this with practical example as well. Okay, this is a quick recap. Let's do it practically as well, guys. That is pretty much important. Let's jump to the IPython notebook. So that IPython notebook I have created to make you understand each and everything in the practical manner. So for the input, the name variable I'm taking, and with the help of input method, it will ask for the your name, and it will prompt for the provide the input through the terminal, and then it is going to, after providing the name from the terminal, it will go and print this output. Okay, let's run it. So see, it start for the user input, your name. So I'm just passing Raj. So see, for Raj, it so it takes, receive the value of name as a Raj, and then it assign into the name, and then printing it here. Very straightforward, nothing. In order to validate what is the default behavior of the input that we are passing, how it's I mean how Python is treating internally. So by default it's string, so that's what it's replicating here. For the age, let's do the same kind of exercise. We are just receiving the input for the age, and then we are performing this computation. So this is pretty much important, that if we are receiving any integer value, internally it will treat, this input age output will be a string data type. We need to do the typecasting in order to do this mathematical operation. So let's run it. So I'm just sending 30 as an input for this age, and see the next year 31. This is the output, right? Let's break this code. So here, rather than set, passing any okay, rather than passing any integer value, what I'm passing any string object, and then I'm going to convert into the int. Then this value error will come, because we cannot typecast string into the integer. If it is doable, the underneath string is a numeric value itself, then it's able to do it. But the underlying string is the typical string, the name, then it's not able to get converted into the int, and it will throw an error. Let me replicate it. So here, I'm passing Raj. So age, press, it's asking for the age. Now I'm just entering the value. So for the Raj is trying to do the typecasting with int, and here only it's throwing the error. This, see, invalid literal for the int. We cannot typecast this string into the integer. That's the error. And for the handling of this, we are going to learn how can we handle that kind of runtime error using the exception handling, right? And again, for the hide, we can run it, we can pass to as an input for the hide, and it will get converted into the centimeter. Yeah, it's in 200 centimeter. Then the mini program, suppose it is going to ask for each and every input with respect to name, city, and age, then it will provide this complete statement by concatenating all this input parameter. Let's do it. For the name, let's suppose I'm passing name, then it will prompt for the city. There I can pass Delhi, let's say. For age, let's say pass 30. Let's enter. Okay, now see the magic. It takes the input from using this input prompt from the end users, and after that it doing the typecasting wherever it's required as per the logic we have written, and then preparing this output stream and printing it here. So this is pretty much in terms of understanding the print method. So that's it, guys. And that's it for this video. With that, I'm signing off. But remember, keep learning, keep growing, and keep building together. Thank you.